So I've come here today to have my nails done with Charlie Craggs.
Hi.
It's only my second manicure, so I've asked Charlie to be quite gentle with me. But Charlie is here to raise awareness of Ida Hobbit Day. So what does Ida Hobbit mean to you?
Well, I think it's interesting, like the fact that obviously it's the day after Ida Hobbit.
Yes.
But I made a status yesterday saying, well, do you know what? Homophobia, transphobia, and biphobia are still going to exist tomorrow. So as in today. So I feel like that's kind of like the point I'd make about it is that it's an important day because there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, and it's like amazing that we're able to have this conversation and that I'm like being booked to like obviously talk about this and stuff and. Just like that people are open to having these conversations, especially in like a town hall. Do you know what I mean? Like a council is really like it gives me hope that like people are actually like interested in this issue and it's not just like being skirted over. Like it's not just a hashtag on Twitter like, oh yeah, I drop it and then no one cares. Like actually let's do something about it. Let's get like a transgender person in and like sit them down with people and like actually like try and learn from this and try and like make some like tangible change from it and like
so it's ongoing.
Exactly, that's what I think. It's not just a hashtag. It's very much real and.
Yeah. So, how have you been received so far? How do you generally get welcomed?
Really positively. Yeah, like it always like leaves me in a very positive mood as well because like when you see that people are so open to it, it can really like it's really nice for me because often as a transgender person, I just feel like the world hates me a lot of the time, like because of how much crap I get. Like because I'm from London and it's quite like a tough, mean place, and I get a lot of transphobia just in my everyday life. And it's nice to know that like people actually like aren't all like that. Like it surprises me sometimes. Like when people come sit down, I'm like, oh, like, it's nice to know that there are people on my side. So I get something from it as well as the people who sit down to try and learn about trans people. I get something from it as well, for sure.
Absolutely. So how have you found Brighton today?
I really like Brighton. Like I've actually wanted to move here for quite a while. I like Brighton because I find it's quite a tolerant city and quite a polite city. Like I've not had a single comment here today, which has been really nice and also really strange for me. I'm so used to facing transphobia in the street, which is quite sad, but like it's just nice to come somewhere where like people aren't really staring at me, aren't saying things and stuff. It's nice.
So what does a trans inclusive city look like to you?
I guess it's in the name. It's just about being a city that is inclusive of trans people and our experiences and acknowledging us. So like often we're not acknowledged by policy and by law. So like it's about making sure that there are like on forms, for example, there are like maybe gender neutral prefixes and pronouns for people who are non-binary, or maybe even like not having prefixes at all because we don't actually really need prefixes. We've got names, you don't actually need to say Miss or Mr, like that's a bit dated, so maybe thinking about that. Also kind of extending that kind of policy to institutions and making sure that like places like today where we're in the library have gender neutral toilets. I've been just talking about that with one of the managers here, and also like even down to like a personal level, just like a trans inclusive city is one that say for example if someone is being abused in the street, like a transphobic attack, people would step in, or people would at least like call the police or something. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's a sign of a trans inclusive city.